Today we're going to be discussing going over equipment requirements for day and night VFR flights. This is for Class Aviation 210. So equipment requirements for day and night flight VFR flights. Our learning objectives are going to be learn equipment requirements for both day and night VFR flights, understand the fundamentals of flight under day and night flight operations, use the FAA requirements as the minimum standard of professional piloting. Our FAA references that we're going to refer to is reference 91.205 powered civil aircraft with standard category U.S. airworthiness certificates. It's for both instrument and equipment requirements. Linked to an amendment published at 81 Force Revision 96700, December 30th, 2016. This is under the general category, except as provided in paragraph C, 3, and E of this section, no person may operate a powered civil aircraft with a standard category of U.S. airworthiness certificate in any operation described in paragraphs B through F of this section, unless that aircraft contains the instruments and equipment specified in those paragraphs, or FAA approved equivalents, and equipment specified in those paragraphs. For that type of operation, and those instruments and items of equipment are in operable condition. So essentially the FAA is basically giving us guidelines and specific equipment requirements that our aircraft are to be equipped with in order to fly, and they must be in operable condition. Introduction. The following lesson is vital in understanding the basic equipment during all flight operations. The importance of understanding the difference between day and nighttime operations is imperative in the overall success in becoming a professional pilot. Getting down to our rules and equipment that we need, the visual flight rules for daytime equipment is as follows. We have the airspeed indicator, altimeter, the magnetic direction indicator, the tachometer for each engine, oil pressure gauge for each engine using pressure system, temperature gauge for each liquid-cooled engine, oil temperature gauge for each air-cooled engine, a manifold pressure gauge for each engine, a fuel gauge indicator and quantity of fuel in each tank, and finally the landing gear position indicator if the aircraft has a retractable landing gear. So our acronym that we're going to use for this will be A, tomato flames. Start with the A, as we already previously said, the airspeed indicator. The T is the tachometer. The O is for oil pressure gauge. M is for the manifold pressure gauge. The A is for altimeter. The T is for temperature gauge. The O is for oil temperature gauge. F is for fuel gauge. L is for landing gear position indicator if you have retractable landing gear. A is for anti-collision lights. M is for magnetic compass. E is for ELT. And S is for safety belts and harnesses. Next, we'll move on to our visual flight rules for nighttime equipment. So with the nighttime, we also use both not only the day equipment requirements, but a few extra for the nighttime operations as well. So the visual flight rules at night, for night operations, all of the above daytime instruments are required for night operations, along with some night operational rules. So for this, we'll use the acronym FLAPS. F is for fuses. You must have one complete spare set of fuses. L is for landing light. A is for anti-collision lights. P is for position lights. S is for source of electricity. And in conclusion, per the FAA Code of Regulations, certain aircraft must be occupied with certain instruments in order to meet the minimum flight qualifications. Based on the requirements above, it is necessary to have all of the above in order to properly meet the FAA minimum guidelines. I hope this video was helpful, and good luck to everybody.